Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, which today sees the presenter grappling with his conscience in the act of attempting to supply answers to a questionnaire which seems biased against him. They're out to get him. Very revealing questions. So you should read these and give the listeners a benchmark of your own personality and social form. And he suggests that perhaps Sean should adjudicate on any categories necessary. So these are things that that you're advised not to do. I want to ask you if I do them.
Right.
And if the answer is yes, I tick it, right? So a successful outcome is not out of 48.
Right.
Right. I'm going to say, this is the thing, this is what it says. Never exaggerate.
You do.
Never point at another.
You do.
Never betray a confidence.
No. Yes.
Never laugh at the misfortunes of others.
Yes.
I want you to think for a little while before you answer, okay? It looks better. Never give a promise that you do not fulfill.
Yes.
Think a bit, I said. Think a bit. Don't be a meat. You're answering before I finish the question. Never send a present hoping for one in return.
Yes.
He's a little doubt about that.
Yeah,
Can I make that a maybe?
Aye. Put a question mark in there. Because you never send presents.
That's right. That's why that doesn't
we
apply.
say.
No, that's null and void.
Yeah.
Never speak much of your own performances.
Oh, gee. Right.
There's no need to answer that, really.
No.
What's the answer, though, for the band for the bouquet? Yes. Never fail to be punctual at the time appointed. Now, I think I'm punctual.
No, you're far from punctual.
That's a yes, then. Never make yourself the hero of your own story.
Who wrote these questions?
I think they wrote them with me in mind. Never pick the teeth or clean the nails
Yes.
in company. And there's one other thing, or fart.
Right, yes.
I don't even have to ask you that.
No.
Never fail to give a polite answer to a civil question. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Never present a gift saying that it is of no use to yourself.
Yes.
I always do that, don't I? Here, tick this like I don't want it. Never read letters which you find addressed to others.
You do it all the time.
Never fail if a gentleman of being... I think
What?
I sense a yeah. I sense a no here.
Right.
I sense... Never fail of being polite and civil to ladies. I do that.
Yes.
But I have a motive.
Yes, yes.
It's not because I'm a gentleman, it's because I'm a lecher. Okay, that's two.
What's the two? That's only one.
The other one, never send a present hoping for one in return.
Oh, no. Because you don't send presents.
Never call attention to the features or form of anyone present. Never refer to a gift you have made or favour you have rendered. In other words, don't be casting stuff up. Yes.
You do it all the time.
This is like a personality profile.
There's a wee call pending.
Stop. Can't you see I'm enjoying myself? Never associate with bad company.
Yes, of course. Why do you think they closed your hut down on the key?
Never give the key to your hut to anyone else. Never look over the shoulder of another who is reading or writing.
Yes.
I do that all the time. What are you doing? What are you looking at? Never... Well, no, this is a tricky one. Never appear to notice a scar, deformity, or defect of anyone present.
Eyebrows,
I've
bad
done that.
legs.
I've done that today already.
Yes.
Talk turns inevitably to television, and finding nothing of interest there seeks refuge in the lexicon of the Ulster Scots. It plays well. The natives join in with various suggestions as to what various archaic words mean. Well, it helps to pass the time. Did you not watch Dennis Murray's programme? I missed it. I taped it. I'm going to watch it.
And I didn't want to say this, but you've dragged this out of me. I was disappointed.
You started talking about
I
television.
was disappointed in it.
Dennis Murray, it's a three-parter.
I like Dennis Murray ever so much.
Yeah, so do I. That's why I'm going to watch it tonight. Is it
Is
not
he on
great?
tonight again?
It's a three-part. No, I recorded it.
Oh,
So I can watch it again. But not everybody has to watch it again. I'm the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my Sky Plus. It's a wonderful thing for a man who has skinned a beaver. Have you ever skinned anything?
I plucked a chicken.
That's not the same thing. Have you ever took the innards out of a turkey?
I have out of a chicken.
Chicken? Not a turkey, though. Only a man takes innards out of a turkey. Any pussy can take innards out of a chicken. I've skinned a beaver. Do A beaver has teeth like Esther Ranson. Did you know
So?
that?
No. I
Yes,
would
it's true.
imagine so. Sure, it cuts down trees.
And as soon as I saw the beaver, I went, oh my God, Esther Ranson lives. Anyway, the fellow who worked in Neighbours was on TV this morning. He was telling a couple that they had just won a holiday in Australia. The woman had a lovely little baby on her knee. He showed a video of all the different places in Australia that they'd be visiting. Then he turned to them and asked, so how do you feel about that? What do you think the wife said? Oh, that's great. We never have any luck whatsoever at all. I shouted at the TV. What's that in your knee, love? That wee baby, what's that in your knee? Is that not luck? Do you not appreciate that? So much for appreciating the miracle of birth. People don't realise the miracle of birth. Mr. Anderson, can you please ask Geordie if there is such a bird species as a bog bluter? Have you heard of this?
I would doubt that very much.
I would doubt that
wouldn't you?
very much indeed. A bluter. Now, bluter is an Ulster Scots word. Now, you would say a bluter up the arse. Would you say that?
No, you would
No,
say
stever up the
No,
arse.
I would say butter.
Bluter.
A
Bluter.
bluter.
What's a bluter?
I don't know. There was a man lived in our street and he had a nickname, and that's who he was called, Bluter.
Well, no, bluter has a specific meaning.
Yeah, but there was a time when you would describe a drunk man as being bluttered.
Bluttered.
I was bluttered last night.
Absolutely. But bluter singular?
Bluter?
A bluter present tense?
Bluter?
No, a noun, bluter? A bluter? See, I don't know what that means.
I got butter. He had it an awful butter up the field.
No, but that's not bluter.
No, butter.
That's a blarge.
No,
You
there's a
blarge.
blarge.
If you get a football and you kick it really hard, you blarge it.
Yes.
Without any sense of direction or skill.
That was one of the rules when you're playing football.
No
when you go down the
blarging.
street, no blarging.
That's
Yes,
a man
and
who
no
runs at a ball
towing.
and...
You weren't allowed to tow the ball either.
No, a blarge is a man who runs at a ball and kicks it very, very hard in no specific direction, but hoping to hurt somebody with a rebound. That's a blarger. That's the fellow who kicks the ball 2 yards from you and hits you in the fork. Geordie seems somewhat confused today, and the subject matter rapidly changes for no good reason until we inevitably return to the never-exhausted topic of quadruped vermin.
Jerry, I have the
Yes?
lovely ganders
Yes?
coming up to Christmas and 14 magpie ducks,
Oh, but
the
I'll
black
get-
and white ducks.
You can't kill any of those, Geordie. You can't
What?
do that. You can't kill any of those.
No, I'll not be killing them. They'll walk out to whoever gets them and kill them.
Oh, but I mean, how could you take a gander home with you and then kill it?
When are you going to start the old rickety wheel?
I don't know if we'll do that this year or not.
Ach, you should.
I've become world weary.
Ach, now, you can... Sure, my Jack the First spun the rickety wheel. What?
Will I tell that story again? I love that story.
No, you should have the rickety.
I'm going to tell that story again.
Why?
I have to tell the story. Geordie brought his ferret in to children in need, right? As just a kind of a novelty. And the producer said, wouldn't it be a great idea if the ferret spun the rickety wheel? We were having prizes, you know, and that kind of thing. But the only thing was that they'd already asked Jimmy Nesbitt if he wanted to spin the rickety wheel. And he said, yes, he would do it. And they said, well, you know, I said, go let me tell him. So I went up to Jimmy Nesbitt and I said, Jimmy, did they ask you to spin the rickety wheel? He said, yeah. I said, you don't have to do that now. He said, I don't mind doing it. He said, no, you don't have to do it now. They want to do something else. I said, well, what are they going to do? I said, well, they're going to spin the rickety wheel, but a ferret's going to spin it. He said, I've never been replaced by a ferret before. I said, stick around, kid. There's worse to come. Coitus Interruptus belongs to a more chivalrous age where men paid for girls going to the pictures, bought them chips and defended their honour against people that weren't them. Everybody walked down, no taxis, fancy restaurants or trips to the Canaries. Yes, it was every man for himself, and only the strong were able to successfully breed.
Do you remember girls linking on to men?
Yeah, and you always had to be on the outside.
Did you do that? Were you a linker honor?
I never walked-
You
I
wouldn't be a
never-
linky.
I never walked out.
What's there's a linky and a what would you be then? The linker? No, you're not the linker.
Be very careful what you say.
I know, but there's a linky, the girl. What would the
The linker and the linky.
Oh, but are you the linker?
I'm the linker, and she's
then
the linky.
she's the linky.
Yeah. But
So were you ever a
never,
linker?
No, I never did that.
What? I could understand men with their arm across their belly.
You need to explain that for the benefit of
When a
people.
man, when the linker was walking down the street,
With the linky.
and the linker had his hand across his belly. Like, what did he do? To be proper.
Well, it's because he didn't want to put it in his pocket.
Yes, but then the sort of teddy bears or the younger boys like you came along and you put your hand in your pocket, and the Linky then put her arm around your arm while your arm was your hand was in the pocket.
Well, she's some kind of contortionist.
Yeah, but you understand. It changed.
No girl ever put her hand in my pocket, and no matter how many times I asked her.
No, not her hand.
Oh, sorry.
Your hand was in your pocket. Right.
A name springs to mind, doesn't it?
Yes. I know. Now, starts with a W.
Oh dear. The burning question of the day is, does an animal exist that has been denied by nature access to certain parts of its own body? Discuss and yawn. I have never been in my back garden, and nobody in our family has ever been in my back garden, really, because we just don't go out there. And the hedgehog decided that there was nobody living in the house, and the hedgehog decided that the back garden was his. It was a big thing. It was a big hedgehog. He used to come out and sit in the middle of it. And, he realised that nobody would ever come out, so it was great. I observed the hedgehog for many weeks, and unfortunately it went into hibernation and never came out again. I think it slept in. But it had some fleas, I'm telling you. It scratched 23 hours a day.
They don't scratch.
They do.
They do not.
They do.
They do not.
Listen, you don't
How
know
could a what do you call it thing again?
Hedgehog.
How could a hedgehog scratch? Should we
not?
cut the paws of himself?
It's got little tiny things that can get in between the quills.
Your drawers.
Leave my drawers out of this.
Hedgehog.
I want people to ring up and tell them that.
Are you trying to tell me a hedgehog with wee tiny legs? He can get away up the back of his neck and away up around the back of his back.
Hedgehogs are the same as us. Do you realise there is no part of your body that you can't reach?
A hedgehog, we're the only species that can do that.
There are parts of your body
can't do that.
There are parts of your body you're not supposed to reach.
Hedgehogs.
Every animal can reach every part of his body one way or another.
A hedgehog doesn't
No
scratch.
animal exists. Well, a snake can't.
A snake can roll up and lick his back. Couldn't he?
Well, you see, there's no part of a snake's body that it can't get at some way or another with another part of its body. You see, if that was the case, we couldn't function. I don't think there's any animal that has a body that has any part of it that they cannot. What about a giraffe?
A giraffe couldn't touch his bum. Could it?
It might be able to.
It
could bring its front foot round. It might be able to get its neck down. It might be able to lick its bum.
He could turn his neck around.
You see, you don't know. But you see, how could there's no way. You see, let's
what?
See. Could a giraffe get at the middle of its neck? Could it? Maybe it's.
Well,
I bet you a bit. If it put its neck down and put its back leg up, it could give it a bit of a scratch. You see, I can't think of any animal. Tortoise, Galapagos tortoise, or Galapagos turtle, whatever. Galapagos tortoise. It can't get at itself. It could if it took its shell off. Thank you for listening. Back tomorrow.